What's up, family? What's up, family? Welcome back to my podcast, Turning Your Hustle into a Legacy with Dr. Stance. Today is a good day. And let me tell you why. Because listen, God knows where to put you so the enemy can't get to you. Let's get right into it. That's today's message. I'm really excited about it because I want you guys to all understand that sometimes God protecting you, you don't even know it, right? So listen, today's message is for anyone who's ever asked God, why am I here? Why did that door close? Why did I have to leave that place, that relationship, that opportunity? Right? That's why I decided to call this episode, God knows where to put you so the enemy can't get to you. And I need you to hear this clearly. Sometimes God doesn't move forward. He moves you out of harm's way. Sometimes what feels like delay is actually divine protection. So listen, that sometimes what feels like rejection is God preventing destruction. So if you've been confused, isolated, repositioned, or hidden, this message is just for you. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what God sees, what you don't see. Here's the truth that we struggle with. We see right now. God sees what's coming. You're asking God for clarity, but God is already working His strategy. He sees the conversations you'll never hear. He sees traps you'll never notice, environments that would corrupt you, people who would delay or destroy your calling. So when God moves you, it's not punishment, baby. It's protection. The enemy can't attack what he can't access. And sometimes access is blocked by distance, silence, isolation, waiting, or redirection. But God will move you before the storm hits. So I'm going to say this. This is why God removes you from certain places. Let's talk about the removals. God removes you from places where you'll shrink instead of grow. You'll compromise instead of mature. You'll be drained instead of developed. And you'll be distracted instead of disciplined. Some environments look good, but they're unsafe for your assignment. So just because you're uncomfortable, that does not mean you're covered, okay? God will pull you out of rooms where you're tolerated, but you're not protected. You celebrated, but for the wrong damn reasons. You're becoming someone you never, ever meant to be. And yes, sometimes God removes people too. Let's be clear. That's a good thing. Not because they're bad people, but because they just don't have access to the next version of you. Right? Let's speak on it, Dr. Stance. When God hides you on purpose, it's definitely for a reason. Believe that. Let's normalize something nobody likes to talk about. God hides people before He reveals them. If you feeling unseen or quiet, overlooked or isolated, you might not be forgotten. You might be being protected from our Father, right? So hidden seasons are not wasted seasons. They're preparation seasons. God hides you while He strengthens your character. He heals your wounds. He sharpens your discernment and He matures your spirit. The enemy looks for exposure, but God looks for readiness. If God revealed you too early, pride would destroy you. Pressure would break you. Okay, access would corrupt you. So God covers you until you're ready to be seen. Okay, the enemy can't touch what God positioned. Okay, I say that all the time in the business that I'm in. I was just terrified going into the next level and elevation of my life. But I knew that I had to have faith and stand strong on business if I wanted to get things done. So let me say this clearly. The enemy does not have unlimited access to you. He only has access where you ignore your discernment, where you disobey God's instructions. You stay where God said leave, or you go where God said no. God positions you where attacks won't stick. The traps won't work. Words won't wound you. Schemes won't prosper. That's why some things try to destroy you and it failed. Hello? And I'm a strong witness of that. Okay, starting this business. A lot of people was against me. I'm not talking about people from the town or people. No, I'm talking about big time figures. People from the state. State officials. You know what I mean? People were against me when I'm here trying to help the community. There's a need. Okay, if you got somebody willing to do it, let them do it. If it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. So that's why what took others out, it didn't take me out. You know why? Because it wasn't luck. It wasn't a coincidence. That was placement from God. God knew where to put me. That's why I'm the guru with the transitional housing programs for my foster youth. That's why they love me, right? So let's be honest. When you don't understand the movement, sometimes God moves you without explanation. No closure, no timelines, no details, just instruction. And faith is trusting God's positioning, even when it doesn't make sense to you. Trust me, He know what He's doing. You just got to have faith. Delayed understanding does not mean disobedience was wrong. You will eventually look back and say, now I see why God moved me. Now I see what He saved me from. Now I see why I couldn't stay there. Protection often looks like loss before it looks like peace. So stay where God put your ass. Okay? He's the warning part. Don't keep revisiting places God delivered you from. Don't romanticize environments God rescued you out of. And don't go back just because you're lonely. If God placed you somewhere, stay, grow, heal, build, listen. The enemy waits for impatience, but God waits for obedience. Your safety is in God's positioning, not your preference, baby. So I'm going to close this out and leave you with this. If God moved you, trust Him. If God hid you, thank Him. If God isolated you, learn from it, because God knows where the enemy can't follow. He knows where your faith won't fail. He knows your purpose can grow, where your peace can survive. God knows where to put you so the enemy can't get to you. Listen, family. So if this message spoke to you, like, subscribe, share with someone who's questioning their season. And remember, you're not misplaced. You're protected. We'll talk soon. I holla. Thanks for tuning in with Dr. Stance, where we turning hustles into legacy.